me completely, and I was like, okay, all right.
So horrible, Emraan.
I first kiss and then talk. There were brick bats thrown at me, and I didn't care about anyone. I didn't care.
Yeah.
They had their own opinion. I didn't like the films they made. I didn't like the films they made.
Hi Emraan, hi Humaima. Welcome to our show.
Thank you.
So Emraan, you turn an item boy for this movie. Tell us about the experience.
Who told you that?
Yeah.
Someone told you that?
Yeah.
Item boy?
Yes.
I don't know. I stay clear from these words because I just about get by with my dancing steps on screen. So it's too much to handle if someone says I'm an item boy.
Yeah.
थोड़ा मैं नाच लूँ पहले, थोड़ा कोशिश कर लूँ. But I'm shaking a leg in 2 songs in this film, and I think the track you're talking about is "Flip Your Collar Back," which is the track that we shot 5 days ago.
Okay.
Fantastic track. It was. It's kind of the brief to U1 for this was we wanted a kind of a lungi dance for our film.
Okay.
Which is a promotional song, cool, hip, funny lyrics, great visuals, depicts the characters well. So we came with this, U1 made this fantastic track, and it's got a pretty catchy chorus, "Flip Your Collar." I don't know if I can do it right now, but it's, I don't have a collar right
Something
now,
like
but it's something like that.
Humaima, how was your first interaction with Emraan? We heard that you weren't even sure about like working with him.
She's still not sure. She thinks she's made the biggest blunder of her life.
Really? Let her say that.
I'm not thinking like this. I was not expecting this much. I really didn't thought that he would be such a good-looking guy in person.
Really?
But he was quite good-looking. He was quite handsome. When I met
Everything's
him,
in past tense.
He was.
like he is.
used to be.
No. Like he,
Nice,
like
terrible.
when
Over the
I
course of the
saw
film, he's
him for the
changed.
first time, I thought that he's really good-looking guy, right? And he was a very decent guy. Like he was not talking much. He was a little shy. He did
He
not
was
even
shy?
look at me. Yeah, he
Really?
didn't even look at me, and he ignored me completely. And I was like, okay, all right.
So horrible, Emraan.
No, I had to do that.
You
You see, the
didn't.
thing is, she was scared. She was a bit intimidated with the fact. She was terrified actually the first
I was
time.
not
she met me.
intimidated.
She came with these dark glasses inside for the reading, and she didn't take it off for like almost 3 minutes. And I don't know what she was thinking. She was trying to gauge the situation. Like Emraan Hashmi sitting in the room, he could do anything. So I purposely didn't look at her because I don't know what girls think when they meet me for the first time. He's looking at me. Oh, he's looking at me funny. So I don't look at them at all. I'm just in
You
my
were like just
script.
wary of women?
Yeah, because it's my reputation on screen. I just kind of have ruined
But he
it
had a
myself.
very
My directors have ruined it
angelic
for me.
persona. He had a very
Yeah.
angelic persona. Yeah.
So how do you break the ice?
We kissed.
That's
Yeah,
it.
we
That's
kissed
simple.
on the first.
It's that
yeah.
simple.
Wow.
That's the best way to break the ice.
Yeah. Is that generally your style, Emraan?
It is.
That's how women are wary
I
of you.
first kiss and then talk.
Awesome.
So this.
Wow.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Have you been conned in real life ever?
I have almost.
Yeah.
I see. छोटी cons तो होती रहती हैं. I mean, there are cons on different levels. There's scams. I'm sure everyone has got some kind of been conned at some point of time in their life, and you don't even know it sometimes.
And have you conned anyone?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
did it while working with one of the ADs, right? Or with someone?
Producers, I con producers all the time.
And how's
I
that?
take more money than the market price. Yeah. The film goes over budget.
Yeah. And they never realize it. Come on.
They realize it.
And they're still
But
paying
it's
you
too
for
late. It's too late. But I do it on the set all the time. I think there's one thing I've done for my first film. And you know, you get money in shots to give when you're giving money in a shot and the production gives you money. They never get it back.
With you, they never get it
Never
back.
get back.
How
So
sad.
I just kind of use it for...
It's a cheap conning.
Yeah,
It's cheap
I'm a
con.
cheap guy.
But you also said that you'd rather kiss Emraan Hashmi than anybody else, right?
I said I won't kiss anybody else after
you-
Emraan Hashmi.
That could be
Wow,
two things.
that's-
That could
What
be
do you
two
make of
things.
that statement, Emraan? I
That
really want to
means
know.
I've really messed up with this. I was so
Oh,
bad,
really
she's never
bad.
going to do it again. Oh, I've raised the bar that
So
high.
high
Nobody can
that no
match
one
And
can
she
touch
knows
there.
she can't go over that.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she said, this is it.
It's more
I'll
of a
quit.
second
Are you
thing.
flattered?
I'll
Yeah.
quit on the peak there. No more. That's it.
Are you flattered, Emraan?
Yeah, completely. Yeah. Yes, I am.
In fact, talking about kissing, you recently said that all these new age kissers in Bollywood, they're just amateurs. You are the real one. You said something like that.
Did I say something like
Yes,
that?
of course
Yeah?
you did. Yeah.
No. Someone asked me a question. वो टेढ़ा सवाल पूछेंगे तो टेढ़ा जवाब मिलेगा ना उसका.
Yeah.
So, I think I just said that, the pioneer is always the pioneer. And the guy with the most experience is the guy with the most experience.
Absolutely.
There's nothing that can argue with experience, can it? So you've got almost
He had given a very interesting statement though.
3,000
Yeah, what is
3,000
that?
kisses
Yeah.
on screen.
1,000 hours of
3,000.
kissing.
Yeah.
Really?
I've calculated it.
You've counted that?
I had to do the maths.
How
my bread and
lucky
butter.
is
Over,
that?
over how many movies? 3,000 kisses over how many
Okay, it's around
movies?
32 films. You take a rough average of around 10 a
Average
film.
is really high.
Oof,
Take a rough
man.
average of 10 a film.
Yeah.
It's about 300. And take that by around, let's put it into like 10 retakes.
No one
per-
can
per
even go
thing.
near
It
it.
Should
should
hit
kind
the
of
Guinness
work.
book, yeah? Come on,
Yeah.
it's about
I'm
time.
waiting, man.
He'll have a
waiting.
statue at Madame Tussauds like this.
Yeah, with just a smoochy pic.
I'll take it to my tombstone. Kiss from
And I kissed.
1979 to whatever.
But you tell me, many years when you started out, Emraan, people made such a big deal about kissing on screen. But now it's kind of changed. Don't you think so? No one really talks about it as much.
We might think we're okay with, I mean, we're obviously okay with it, but there's a completely different generation that now, there's a generation gap obviously. There's a new kids who are a lot easier about it than we
Right.
were at our time. हम लोग डर के shoot करते थे scene because the first time we were doing it in murder, we were all scared because
तुम
it was
डरते थे?
never been, मैं डरता नहीं था, दूसरे डरते थे set पे, but they were just like, what are we doing and how is this going to be accepted by
Yeah.
the audience? Because it was blasphemous, it was first time an erotic thriller. But as much as you say, it still has a bit of shock value.
Yeah.
It's not as much a shock value
For our
as it was
audiences
10
still,
years
yeah,
back,
yeah.
but it'll get easier probably
Yeah.
the next couple of
Yeah.
years. But still, it makes a talking point, which is kind of funny.
So how popular is Emraan in Pakistan?
He's the most popular actor
Really?
from India. Yeah, him
Wow.
and Salman Khan. So they both are really, really huge in Pakistan. And I know that whenever their film releases over
Yeah.
there, everybody books a ticket, before, and house-packed films, and yeah. I even remember that Jannat 2 got released, and I had to book the ticket 1 week before the film. Me.
Did you ever think of be working with Emraan Hashmi?
No, never.
Back then?
Never. I never even thought that I'll get ever offered to work with him. Because see, I don't put myself into that league where I can be shown as Emraan Hashmi's heroine, right? I don't think so like that. I always thought
Why do you say
I'm-
that?
I don't know, like I never even thought of myself doing kissing on screen
Right.
and dancing and wearing such sort of clothes and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it's always the first time, and
Yeah.
life has to offer you something new all the time.
Other than this film, which is the one film of your career which you've really researched? Like really gone deep into?
Shanghai took a lot of time. We used to go for these theatre workshops,
Yeah.
which are pretty spooky for any actor who's been in a complacent zone. It kind of almost breaks you to the point where something unlocks in you in those theatre workshops. You just make a complete fool of yourself there. You just shed every bit of inhibition that you have on screen, which is terrifying in front of a bunch of people.
You've seen all his films?
Few of them.
Yeah.
No,
Which
no.
ones you really like?
Once Upon a Time in Mumbai, Shanghai, Jannat 1.
Jannat 1.
Jannat 1.
She hated Jannat too.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. And I even liked Ek Thi Dayan.
So you have been an Emraan Hashmi fan
Not really.
before? Till you worked with him.
But
Like, I've
let's
seen his-
not
yeah.
say that you kind of hated me for the first 6 years.
Like, I didn't like the
Of my
stuff that
career.
what he does on screen. I didn't like that.
What do you mean we don't like that?
Like, only censure stuff and all of that. So when he started doing these acting-based
And look
films,
where life gets you.
Yeah.
So you're on a couch with them. Kissed
So
him a
now
couple
I
of times on screen.
after like, yeah.
See, totally. You can never
But
say
when
what
I
happens.
saw
Unpredictable,
him-
man.
Imran, can you ever imagine doing a film like Hum Aapke Hai Kaun? A complete... Look at him laugh. Haven't I finished my question?
The biggest
Like a
joke
Barjatiya film.
of
Come on, why
the
not?
decade.
Come on.
Do I look
This
like
film was
someone
a
who's
UA,
fitting
right?
to
This film was a
Suraj
UA.
Bharjatiya film. Do I look like that guy?
I remember once you told me that you don't watch movies. You don't watch Hindi films.
Yeah.
You still don't?
I'm not. I used to watch a lot of Hindi
Avid
films.
film watcher.
I
I mean,
used to
Hindi
watch a lot of
films.
Hindi films when I was growing up. I don't know what happened somewhere down the line. I used to watch a lot of Mr. Bachchan's films. I used to watch a lot of Mr. Dilip Kumar's films. And then somewhere, I probably saw the wrong Hindi films and I got off them.
Yeah.
I think it was in the
TikTok.
90s. I saw some really bad films. And
In the
I was
90s,
like,
there was a spate of, we had a very bad era of films.
think
yeah,
I
guess.
saw that bad phase and
Yeah.
I was like, no, I can't take this.
So
I
you
can't
missed out on
watch
the good
this.
phase, yeah.
It was not the good phase in the wrong
Yeah.
films. Then I think I tried watching some other films in the last decade and I
Even
saw
that
the
didn't
wrong
work.
films again.
You're also doing an intense film with Vidya Balan, right? A very intense romantic
Yeah.
film. Are you like
Yes.
nervous about that?
No.
Like an all-out romantic film?
Yeah, I'm nervous about that, about being.
Yeah,
in a
because you're not
romantic
in
film.
such an intense film ever, right?
No. I've done intense films. I've never played a romantic character like that.
Right.
It's the film's title is Hamari Adhuri
Right,
Kahani,
yeah, yeah.
and it's quite an interesting film. It is about mature romance, and it's very sweet and it's very nice. It's got a certain intensity. It's got a certain drama in it.
Humaima, have you made friends in Bollywood?
Not really.
Yeah.
Not really. I didn't get much time to be friends with, a lot of people,
Yeah.
or few of them even. I'm friends with, I think, with the people I've worked with, Emraan or KD or all of these people.
Is it
More
difficult making
about-
friends when you're with Imran because he himself doesn't network a party, right?
No.
Has that changed, Imran? Have you
It
like
has
moved
not
out of that
changed.
zone? Will you
No,
ever move out of
Filmy
the
party
zone?
is not for me.
Come on, why?
Most boring things, man.
You're part of it.
I've
You've been an
for a
industry
couple-
boy for so
what?
many
It's fine.
years.
I work in that city. That's as much of the film industry as I can bear. It is. I don't
Come on.
talk shop after I pack up.
Really?
I've got my own
that's all
life,
good
which
then.
keeps me sane. I don't want to talk about trade. I don't want to see.
You're
filmy
kidding me. You don't
people.
talk about numbers?
I don't want to see filmy people after I pack up from a film set, and that's the way I am. I wouldn't change for anyone. Yes, I go
Yeah.
to a couple of film parties.
He
which are
doesn't even
slightly-
see us
which are
when he leaves from the set.
That's rubbish.
He's somebody,
So-
he's
Why
somebody
we
who wakes up at 7 in the morning,
Yeah.
5 in the morning, runs and sleep by 9 in the evening.
rubbish.
That's
He's
so
like-
boring, really.
By 9 in the
Come on.
evening, he's like, yeah, he's
No,
like
it's just
this.
that that's not meant. I don't say that. When I pack up, when
Yeah.
the time comes to 9, if anyone says, okay, now you got to shoot for another half an hour, it just ticks me off. But I mean, it's just, I have not been part of the Bollywood culture in that sense. I never wanted to be an actor. There's some things you enjoy, there's some things you don't
Yeah.
enjoy.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Really? But has stardom changed you, Imran? I mean, you started out, you struggled, you took a long way, you did things your way, you held your
I don't
own.
know. You'll have to ask people who know me. I
Come
don't
on,
know.
but internally has something changed in you?
Of course,
The way you
things
look at
change in
yourself.
you. Things change in you.
Yeah.
People around you change, and that changes you even more. I think you become more of who you really are, more than
Really?
change.
But aren't you
Your
constantly
true
putting up a
character,
facade when you're an actor, you're a public personality?
No, I'm not that kind of person who wears a mask around. I don't. Maybe in some situations,
But how can you be an
yes.
actor and still say that?
In some situations, maybe, but most of them, it's very, it's. I feel very bad for people who normally you don't get to know them, and there are a lot of people in the industry who are that way.
I mean, we're full of
You'll
them,
never know them
absolutely, yeah.
because it's suddenly a mask and it's plastered, and you feel that they're always a certain way, but that's not them. There's no
Right.
personality there.
Yeah.
I see very few people whose personalities actually come out. They're scared because they're norms that you have to be in a certain way.
type, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like to be that. I
Yeah.
am comfortable with who I am. That's why I choose to do certain things. I don't.
But aren't you
If
often
someone tells
misjudged for
me-
that?
No, if I don't care if I'm judged. Someone tells me you have to go to a film party. I don't like doing it.
You just say
I
no.
won't change for anyone. I'll do things I like to do. No one pressurize me. That's the way I live my life.
Wow.
The film industry won't change me. I might end up changing the film industry and leave.
He has some super confidence.
Very nice.
But that's the way I am.
Absolutely.
So I don't. I got a very clear set of rules in my head of how I am and what I am.
Yeah.
And I don't care if anyone's judging me because I don't judge other people.
Yeah.
I never judge people. And it's full of people who are constantly judging you and
Yeah.
gauging you. But I'm fine with that. I mean, for the first 5 years of my career, was constantly there were brickbats thrown at me,
Yeah.
and I didn't care about anyone. There were people who trashed my films, trashed me, and the same people made films.
But you
with
didn't
me
want to
later.
ever tell them anything, turn around and say anything to them?
No, because their opinion didn't matter to me.
Wow.
If their opinion mattered, then I would try to tell them to keep quiet, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
They had their own opinion. I didn't like the films they made.
Does she throw starry tantrums, Imran?
See, I'm
Starry
very,
tantrums.
no.
She doesn't throw
But
starry
I'm moody,
tantrums.
yes.
You're moody,
if,
yeah.
if you trigger
But
me,
I
then
want to
that's-
see how things change after a couple of hits.
he always says this to me.
Yeah, that's how things change, right?
But you didn't change much, you
Because
just said.
because I detach myself from both failures and successful films. I've never taken both very seriously.
Yeah.
Because that's not me.
Yeah.
I've always told the media and everyone, I can guarantee you a flop film. I can guarantee you that. But a hit film
no actor
is
has ever
very
said
hard
that.
to come by.
Yeah.
A lot of work goes into it. A lot of luck has to play
Yeah.
into that. And films get made, and sometimes you
Yeah.
have a film that everything works for you.
Yeah.
He told
Right?
me this once,
Yeah.
that I asked him that, do you know when you go and watch your own films,
Yeah.
do you know that it's not going to work? And he told me this, that yes, when I watch the film,
Really?
I kind of know that, ये नहीं, ये इतना मजे की नहीं
That's
है, you know?
happened?
Yeah, he told me this. I asked him, yeah.
Yeah. But as detached as you are, you're also very aware of what's happening because remember you telling me how competitive you are. You're following people. You know what other actors are doing, right?
Yeah, it's very
So you're not-
very important to know the terrain and to know exactly. I might not watch their films, but it's just about knowing where someone is standing, what they're doing, the kind of films that are working.
Yeah.
But then also that doesn't really help me because I'm not going to do the kind of films that they're doing.
Right.
Because my films are very different from other people's films.
Correct.
If you see my film, it's like almost like a parallel mainstream film.
Totally, yeah.
It's
yeah.
not got the stuff that a traditional mainstream film. And I see that as a positive thing, that the audience
Right.
comes for a breather and something fresh and new and still gives them that kind of entertainment, which I like.
So you're aware just for the information, not like you want to follow anything.
Yeah,
or-
and I don't see them as being, I don't get challenged by that.
You don't think it's competition either.
I don't constantly look on my side
It
in
has
the race.
healthy competition.
I don't look at the side constantly on the race. You'll trip over your feet. And I just want to outbeat myself in the next film.
That's
probably as far as the performance goes, as far as the sometimes the box office goes. I'm completely against the whole box office number thing that all the media keeps hyping up.
Yeah.
Or
They talk more about the box office than the film
100 and
itself.
100, 200 crore
Yeah.
film, which doesn't mean anything to me because I don't know. It's just about sometimes a 100 crore film might be forgotten in a week. Will have a shelf life of like 5 days
Absolutely.
and is only on the marketing steam, but it's not a good film.
Right.
And that evaporates from your consciousness out of 5 days.
Right.
So is that a more successful film?
Or what you
a
remember.
small film
Yeah.
which you'd want to show your kids tomorrow and say
Absolutely.
this is the kind of cinema you should be watching. Which one is a benchmark for a better
True.
film?
Absolutely. Imran, nervous about this? So you ever get nervous before your films?
Of course I do.
Yeah.
I get nervous. I've not in some.
Why are you
films
laughing?
I
Want to
do.
know what happened?
No, in some films I do. You know, when I started off, I used to not. It's just that
You
when
started off, you used to not.
yeah, it just
Yeah.
you start understanding things
Okay.
and you understand that you feel the pressure. Because when you make a film, you're just hoping people are going to come, people are going to
Right,
like it.
right.
A, people are going to come to watch it. B, people are going to like it after watching it.
Yeah.
So the game doesn't end only after making a film.
Right.
It's about marketing a film.
Yeah.
That's stressful.
Yeah.
There is the stress of the opening numbers on a Friday, how it'll be accepted,
Yeah.
how it'll be liked, will be completely panned by the audience. So all these things do stress me a bit, and I think any actor who says it doesn't stress them is either just come into the industry because they have nothing to lose. When you have something to lose,
Yeah.
then you will be
A lot
attached
at
to
stake,
something,
yeah.
and you will feel that kind of ownership on something, and because it's like a baby, you kind
Yeah.
of given it everything, and then you just want to see it sail through. Yeah.
Are you nervous? Your first?
I was.
Yeah.
I was very nervous, but then Imran made me watch our film.
Okay.
And now I'm very confident. I think it's going to be a super hit film, inshallah.
Wow.
And I'm very confident about it, inshallah.
Let's hope this one gets CTs, talis and
Yes,
more and a lot
inshallah.
of success to two of you and thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.